Page 18, Adagio and Allegro. I'll talk more about those when we get to the tempo part of this lesson. Let's look this over. It's 2 pages long. Treble and bass clef. No sharps or flats in the key signature. We're in the key of C major. Make sure you can do the C major scale. It's kind of important. Should be doing it 2 octaves up and down, actually. 4/4 time signature. We got quarter notes and 16th notes all over the place. And it's in sections. You see the first 2 lines. At the end of the second line, there's a double bar, and that's the end of a section. So the third line of measure 6 is a new section. Now you see, measure 6, I'm going to explain, is actually 4 lines long. It's all one measure. You think, wait a minute, it's 4/4 time. You got, what's going on? Okay, this is sort of like what we call a cadenza. Now, cadenza is a little portion of a piece of music, like a concerto or a sonata or something like that, where the soloist just shows off. And a lot of times in cadenzas, they're not done in time. It's entirely up to the soloist. They can use rubato and slow down and speed up and go fast and slow and put in fermatas and anything they want to do. So when writing out a cadenza, a person just gives an idea of what it might be, and it's up to the soloist to do their thing. So even though measure 6 is 4 lines long, it has nothing to do with the time signature. You can forget the time signature. All you're going to do is the relationship between the notes is going to remain constant, more or less. In other words, there's 4 16th notes to a quarter note. Hang on to that. As far as how fast it goes, well, it's the overall feel and flow of it. But that's all this is. There's a bunch of 16th notes and quarter notes overlapping. It's a cadenza. You just feel it's just a little flourish thing. And then on measure 7, we come back down to earth in civilization again, and you get back to the regular 4/4 time. Now measure 10, even though it's got 16th notes, that's not a cadenza. It's done. You're going to find 4 beats in that measure. They'll be done in time, regular time, 1 eanda, 2 eanda, like so. I'll talk more about the cadenza a little later on. Let's just check our notes and rhythms here. We're starting out here. I'm going to do both hands together here. The here and here. And they want 2. I see nothing wrong with thumb if you want to do thumb, or you can do a 1, 2, 1. I tend to do different fingers on repeated notes anyway, so you pick the fingering that works for you. If you want to use the same finger, that works too, but it's good practice. You might take advantage of this here. I do a 1, 2, 1, 2. There's a 2, 1, 2. Yeah. And then measure 4, 1 eanda, 2 eanda. 1 eanda, 2. So when I play the F, this comes up. Play the G, this comes up. 1 eanda, 2 eanda, again. 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 3 eanda, 4 eanda. Okay, big deal. And then measure 6, right now you do it in time. We'll turn it into a cadenza later. So right now it's just going to be 1 e. And I can't go 1, 2, 3, 4 because that doesn't work. I just got to go 1 eanda, 1 eanda, 1. I just do 1. 1 eanda. Hold that down. Now hold that down. Hold that down. See, they overlap. It's a sequence going down the keyboard. I'm using the same fingering each time. So here, yeah, same fingering. And the right hand, same thing. Again, same fingers. All the way down, just the same thing. All the way down. And then measure 7, it's like it was at the beginning, as if the hands are reversed. Now the left hand gets and the right hand gets the chords. And then measure 10, 1 eanda, 2 eanda. 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 3. okay? And they give you a bass clef in the upper staff. So this note, you come down here, so you're coming across. So won't this be fun? One knee and down. Hold that down. And two. Now, because you're down here, once you're done with the right hand, you can go ahead and get it out of the way. It's just, once you lift up on it, you can get it out. So again, it's one. Just finish it off there. I would not finger it that way if I were going to play it, but that's what they're doing. I'll just leave it. So you get an idea of the notes and the rhythms and all. Okay. As far as the articulation goes, you're pretty much just going to connect it all. Dynamics, both hands. Loud, whatever you think loud is. Okay, and then when you start measure 6 on this cadenza, this is kind of soft. This is a kind of sort of soft, and then measure 7, you're back up to loud like you were. And you're going up very loud at the end. Well, that's not hard to do when you get low. Speed, well, this is the Adagio and Allegro. A lot of times in classical music, for a piece title, they would just give it the speed of the piece. Whatever the speed of the piece was, that was the title of it. And we would say, well, play the Adagio, or whatever. Well, Adagio is slow. It's not the slowest speed there is, but it's slow. And Allegro is fast. Imagine that. So whatever you think slow is, it's almost going to drag. Makes the 8th note or the 16th notes playable because you're going so slow anyway. And you can go slower than that too. And then the Allegro goes fast, and this is where the cadenza comes in. It's a flourish, you're showing off. However fast you take it is entirely up to you, but those 16th notes need to be even and controlled. Don't go faster than that. So how fast can you play those correctly? Then you have a crescendo poco a poco at the top of the page. You're gradually going to get louder here. You started out moderately soft, then you're at top of page 19, you're still moderately soft here. Each one of these, each hand thing, get just a hair louder. So it's soft, a little louder, a little louder, a little louder, and then the retard onto there with an accent. I mean, that's going to be very loud here. And then you hang on to that for what feels right. If I do it with a metronome, I'll just do 2 beats instead of 1. And then you back like you were at the beginning with the Adagio. Now they've added pedal on this, and we actually do need pedal on this. I'm not crazy about using pedal with Bach music, but when something goes this slow, I mean, that is just boring. But adding pedal in the overtones just adds a lot to it. So it's here. It just adds a lot to it. It's going to be overlapping pedal. I'm going to do the hands first, and then when I change the pedal, it's after I play the notes, so the pedal overlaps what the hands are doing, just slightly, just a hair. And when I get to measure 4, lift it up as right after I play the C, lift the pedal up. You don't pedal the 16th notes. And then measure 7, we start pedaling again. So at the beginning, it's notes, then pedal. Then change it after I play the notes. And lift it up after I play the note and measure 4. And I don't pedal the 16th notes. But same thing with measure 7, 8, and 9. Yeah. helping me. You get into it and you make it yours. Let's play this together very slowly and double check the notes and rhythms. Now I can't take two different speeds. It's all got to be the same speed. So the quarter notes are going to seem pretty slow. I can't do anything about that because I need to accommodate the 16th notes. So I put the metronome on 8th notes. So it's beating 8th notes. So the quarter notes are like 1 and 2, and they're going to be slow. And. Okay, but the 16th notes, like a measure 4, 1 knee and 1. See, those are fast already, so it's going to be a struggle here. Just make sure you know it before you try it with me. I'm going to give us 2 counts, 2 quarter note counts or 4 eighth note counts. Otherwise, we'll sit here forever counting, waiting to come in. Now, I'm not going to do any dynamics here. I'm just doing notes and rhythms, but I will do the pedal. Ready and go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Hold and one and 2 and rest and 3 and 4 and done.